Alright, class, what's 1 plus 1? Addie, pay attention. Answer the question. So I'm introverted. By the way, that little thing I showed was like an anxiety thing, which doesn't have anything to do with being introverted, and that's why I bring it up. It's not anxiety, and being shy doesn't equal introvert. Yes, you like being by yourself. If you're introverted, there's a lot of people who like being by themselves and have anxiety. That's because a lot of them are chronically online. But totally not me. That's like anxiety. Like you can be alone and not have anxiety. You can be an introvert and not have anxiety. Okay? So, I'm introverted, and I know what you're thinking. Wow, you're so different. Everybody's totally not an introvert on YouTube. Well, I'm very introverted, like 95%, according to an online test I took, which seems concerningly high. I can talk a good amount, but I usually text a little bit less, and I'm just like not as social as the rest of my friends. Actually, come to think of it, most of my friends are also like somewhat introverted. It's kind of a mix, mostly introverts and abnoverts in my group, that kind of thing. But why do people never talk about abnoverts? Abnoverts, I think omniverts is a thing, overts. I don't know about those, but I know abnoverts makes sense. I feel like those other ones are just extra to make people feel a little bit more different. And, fun fact, being an introvert is actually the most uncommon. So, us YouTubers are actually uncommon. So, let's break down what an introvert and an extrovert are. An introvert is someone who'd rather be by themselves, tends to be a little bit more quiet usually, and less talkative, maybe at school, and like they don't really raise their hand as much as extroverts or abnoverts or whatever verts do. On the other hand, extroverts, they love being the life of the party. They love attention. They love like being at the center, being like having a ton of friends, having a ton of people around them. They just like being around people and with people and always want to be with people. And yeah, a good way to understand it is introverts and extroverts have a battery. Introverts lose battery from spending time with people, and they recharge by being alone. While extroverts have a more social battery. They start at a low level if they're lonely and alone. And if they're lonely, they want to recharge. And the best way for them to recharge is, being around people, which I think is pretty cool. It's pretty cool how we're all very different. And honestly, I know I'm that introverted kid who's always drawing in their sketchbook, wearing some sort of big hoodie, but I'm also 5% extroverted, and that's important. Actually, I think I'm 2% extroverted, but still, I'm 3% abnoverted and 2% extroverted. And that 2% is important. And if you're extroverted and you have 2% of introverted, that's also important. They're all important. Everything about you is important, and no one is like you. And I just want to appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Sorry if I sound a little bad. I had choir today, but I hope you liked my video. I know it was a little like quote unquote cringe, but yeah, I hope you liked it, and I big fan of fan art. Big fan of fan art, so you should go to my description and send me some fan art. So yeah, I'll see you later.